Tell you what, Machine Junk, I haven't seen you before, and Orthus is awesome. So, and gave me a host. So we'll have Orthus's and Gasuve's games first. Let's do Gasuve first. It's like, okay, it's been shuffled. I'm going to be streaming 2 games from round 1. Everyone else can get on with their games. First stream game. Where is Gasuve? Gasuve and Magnet. Europe. Sorry, I hope I didn't miss any messages. Science, Junior round 1. Please, I need some hope. No, it's been shuffled. I'm sorry, Ran. No, we go for punching below the belt, biting if it's dragons and lockjaw, and the like. Gasp. Okay. This should be good. I think I've got Magnet. Oh no, we're adding Magnet. We've added Magnet, and let's just get Gasuve. Actually, can you throw in a Magnet Gasso? If that's easier. Not every game. All round 1 games. Only Gasso, Magnet, and Machine, Orth will be round 1. But every game from round 2 onwards will be streamed. Everyone else is free to play and lobby up. Oh. Oh, we got another one. Oh, okay, you're in. Good stuff. Alright, hopefully, I believe Gasso will be able to join on Magnet. Or at least I hope so. Make sure your stage is set to. So, also Temple. I can't remember. Sparring, Buster, and Deanna. Oh, I hope we won that one. Hey, Gasuve's in. Good stuff. No name redacted. That stage is absolutely awful. Right, we have our first players in. I'm gonna make a quick coffee. EMP boost banned. Alright. Go when you're ready, guys. Yeah, customs. Go as soon as you are ready. Right, so game 1. I have missed things. I don't know what happened last time. That was last time was a long time ago. It's only becoming weekly now. I had some things getting in the way. So, let's start behind. I'm sorry, Magnet, but we're gonna get some Science Lady. Gasube, who has recently picked up Coil after the patch, has decided not to go for Green Head Lady, but Red Head Lady. Keeping the Parabola. I didn't actually see what the other arm Gasso decided to keep was, but sticking with the Nade, which is a tremendously powerful pressure tool on Coil due to that third arm. And with the mobility, to mention that. Sorry, I'm just checking up on things because people are sorting out lobbies. Yep. Should have made a rules post actually. I'll have to check out which arm they decided to keep, other than these two. I think it's interesting, but not too surprising that Magnet's actually gone for the double roaster. I think with Coil's kit, to have that degree of speed and control over the arm is a pretty reasonable choice. But Gasube has just got that rush inside of... and there we go. But Magnet will likely be going into round 2 with their rush, so this should be a spicy round 2 after quite a close one here from these two. Including our debut of Coil. We'll get behind Magnet for round 2. And once again I forgot to look at the other arm Gasube is bringing to the battle with him. And what we can actually notice, for those who haven't seen much Coil right here, you can see a little better representation of how Coil's invisibility ties into her play, which I think is quite important, since her release has only been so recent. Okay, there we go. Gasube being... sorry about that. Trying to keep up a little bit of pressure with Magnet being fairly reserved, looking out for those nice catches with the pulse charge that Springtron is capable of. And of course trying to avoid the parabola. So if anyone has only just seen the parabola, I would describe it as a slower version of Parasol. So if we consider Parasol as quite a defensive arm, in terms of that, you can deploy it quickly, take a hit, as well as to be able to distance yourself from your opponents. Parabola is a little bit weird. The amount of speed it picks up is quite different. It shoots out quite quickly initially, as opposed to the way Parasol works, and then kind of slows down. It's much more of a pressure tool. And with that, Red Science Lady takes round 1 of this best of 3. Sorry if my commentary is a little poor today, by the way. I'm very, very, very rusty. And I'm also trying to make sure everyone's games are going okay and make myself a coffee at the same time. Here we go, Mausoleum this time. And this time I'm looking at the screen so I can see which other arm Gasuve's decided to bring with them. Okay, they've gone for Roaster. Which I will also advocate as a very good arm for Coil. Or at least in my personal experience. I've been running Coil with... Let's get back behind Gasuve for this. I've been running her with Kablama Roaster to quite a lot of fun. Sorry if there's rumbling. I'm making a copy. Gasuve keeping up the pressure but being nice and patient not wanting to fall into the deadly trap that is Magnet and the Springtron Pulse. Gas is a very good player. One who I've not actually seen play very much recently, which is quite a shame. Again, because I've wanted to see some good coil pop up. But today we get to see that. Didn't quite manage to catch that, that's interesting. Although it aids her movement, Coil can be a bit floaty, which sometimes I think makes rushes a little awkward to land. Magnet getting right in Gasuve's face for the rush there. Not giving Gasuve the space to operate and keep the pressure up. Magnet not shifting from the two roasters, which I think is interesting. I'm thinking that he probably wants to hold the ability to react and deal pretty significant damage. Just within the last couple of seconds, Gasuve confirms the win with that rush, which I think is a fairly safe move. Although, we're about to find out if Magnet's rush will save him this time. So there we go, a little bit more active use of Coil's invisibility there. Magnet getting a nice catch, closing the distance just so he can't whip it, and goes for a nice, comfortable rush. Looks like Magnet's starting to get a little bit more of a feel out here on how Gasuve's moving and when he needs to start throwing his roasters out. The roasters do sting, but they do need to be applied carefully, especially against a hail of nade and parabola fire. Another rush here coming in from Magnet. Really building up that meter this round, wanting to keep the pressure over Gasuve rather than succumb to it himself. But it's not over yet. Gasuve does have the high ground. As we can see, some solid movement coming in on Coil's behalf. But Magnet is getting a much better feel for the amount of pressure he should be putting out. And a very, very nice avoid there on that rush. Just on the safe side, Magnet will be going into round 3 of game 2 with rush. There's practically 3 rushes in a round, I think, actually. Let's go back to Gasuve for this final round. I didn't stir my coffee. So don't mind me being really unprofessional, stirring my coffee and messing about while I'm trying to do this. Oh, I can't tell if that was me or if that was something else going on there. Did Gasuve go dead? I looked away for 2 seconds and things went a bit funky. Hold on. Tag, so I'm just making sure people are kept up on what's happening. Okay, so we are back to Mausoleum for game 3. Creator and creation. Let me just check that. They do indeed. Yeah, it appears. If you're watching and I've not caught you, you do need to report your own scores. I am not able to do that for you. And please do not move on to any round 2 games yet. We still have one more round 1 game I want to stream. Well, one more set of round 1 games I want to stream. And then we will be doing all of the round 2 games. Hold on, I'm gonna be quiet for just a moment because apparently there's something wrong with the way the score reporting works. Oh, I didn't start the tournament. This should work. I didn't click start tournament. I'm an idiot. I'm terrible. Oh, I'm sorry about that, anyone, if they've been trying to report their scores and not been able to. I am an awful person. Oh gosh, that was a close little escape there from that crab. Magnet takes round 1 of game 3. Magnet can take this next round. He will be moving on to round 2. We will get back behind Gasuve, who has swapped over to the roaster. Very punchy, with a high stick, deciding not opting for the explosive nature of the nade to counter Springtron's coils, and applying a rather meaty rush there. Magnet has definitely picked up the pressure from those earlier rounds. Gasuve having to work a little harder to overtake the pressure, utilising some more of Coil's wonderful movement options. Summon bracket is still in preview. Okay, yeah, I've fixed that now, hopefully. Yep, okay, people are reporting their scores. Excellent stuff. And Magnet takes round 2. Sorry, game 2 on his part against Magnet. Meaning Magnet will be going on to the next round. But we do get to see some spicy Coil plays today. So, next up, can we get Orthus and Junk? Orthus. CCB. You're up, lads. Have I missed anything weird in chat? I don't believe I have. Lag with light magic. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a grand deal I can do about lag in these situations. If it's a case that for several games on, people are lagging profusely against everybody, and it's very clearly their connection, then I can do something about it. Or if there are disconnects. But unfortunately, at the moment, lag is just something that we have to persevere with due to the state of the game. And especially since I'm on a bit of a time limit. Okay, we got Orth. Let's just get CCB, Machine Junk, in here. Oh, we got CCB. So, prepare thyselves. And why is Steam open again? I'm not clicking this thing. I'm being trolled. Right. Whenever you're ready. We have Orthus. Lovely player. And streamer, actually. Who you can check out at, I believe. Let me just check that link works and that I'm not misleading you horribly. Orthus is an awesome dude. He streams, he does all the things. Yep, that's the correct link. Excellent. So go check him out there. Go follow him. Because he streams more than I do at the moment. So, actually conveniently, we are behind Machine Junk this first round. Playing Master Mummy, I don't know whether... I've not come across CCB before, so I don't know whether this is in the spirit of the party crash, or if this is Machine Junk's home territory. But we have got Master Mummy, and that makes me very happy. I always like seeing Master Mummy players come in. Not to mention that, but a very aggressive Master Mummy. He is not hiding today, he is getting in there. CBB, okay, Twin confirmed that CCB does indeed play Master Mummy. So this is awesome. Manages to land that rush there, cleanly sweeping Orthus of round 1. That was spicy. Going to round 2, let's get behind Orthus. Not sticking to his rather normal clapback that I see him with so often. And CCB remaining with those Phoenixes. A good little initiate into the rush with that Cracker there. Cracker? Popper. I've been away from the game so long that I'm losing my mind. Much higher response time this time, helping him get around these Phoenixes, unlike the weightier clapback. CCB though, still restraining himself when he needs to, keeping up the pressure though. He's not given in yet. A rather impressive early performance from CCB, I've got to say. I'm liking this. Orthus takes round 2, so we will go back to Machine Junk. Opting to switch out, doesn't quite manage to catch the ball on that rush, but well attempted anyway. I certainly think it's wise with the 2 heavy arms to switch up to that Megaton, especially since I've recently been enlightened to how tremendous the speed on it is. Regarding its weight, Megaton is probably not as overlooked as I think it probably is, but it's a solid arm, I can tell you that. And I think CCB doing a wonderful job here showing us why it's a good arm. As he takes game 1 of this best of 3 from Orthus. And representing Mummy on Mummy vs Twin Tail Weekend. Good shot. Going into game 2 on DNA Lab. Megaton is a solid arm. I didn't realise quite how solid it was until recently, but I've been enlightened, I tell you. I have been enlightened. Let's get behind Orthus. Going back to the clapback on this more defensive map. Hopefully a bit of that space utilisation should make it a lot more effective. With the pillars to help gate the distances and options that Machine Junk should have. Machine Junk keeping up the pressure though. I am seeing some very aggressive mummy action here. And it is very, very refreshing. Some careful, close range exchanges happening there. Orthus just managing to creep out with the help of that trusty clapback of his. As he gets himself into a safe position. Well, I wasn't quite sure what happened there myself. I think Orthus did the same, where he was a little bit shocked. I almost didn't think he was going to get the catch on that, but Orthus did. Very good position. If Orthus can keep his spacing up and his options open, I think he can take this. But as we are seeing, Machine Junk CCB is certainly not someone to scoff at. Very close block on the clapback there, my gosh. Machine Junk by a hair. Taking that. Hello live streaming chicken. Sorry, I must have missed you. Oh, there we go. Back over to Machine Junk. So all of round 2 is getting streamed. We're just having 2 games from the first round. I want to keep things rolling fairly quickly because Akiojo, for those who don't know, is hosting a tournament after this. I say after this, I mean 11 o'clock GMT, so 2 hours from when this started. So I'm trying to make sure this gets done so that people don't have to run over anything, or if they end up finishing this and wanting to play something else, then they have the option to go and play Akiojo's tournament, which I suggest if you can, you definitely do, because there are some cool players joining today. Sorry, not much commentary though, I was just making sure everyone was caught up on details. Authors swapping out into the popper and Flatback. A very, if I wouldn't have said otherwise, a tremendously aggressive setup. Machine catching with a wonderful little dart forward into a rush there. Taking game 2. My oh my. A very impressive first show there from Machine. Or CCB, I'm not quite sure which I should address him as. But he certainly is a mean green mummy machine. As we can see today, good stuff there from both players. So, going into round 2. If people want to check out the upcoming games, you can type in !bracket to bring up the current bracket for today. Can we get, now that we have finished these rounds, the Mighty Junior and Reese the Ninja? To fight this game. Let's get some spice going. We've already started with some close rounds, some good rounds. Saying some... Oh! I got a call. Who called me? Rejected Playboy, thank you for the follow. Actually, I just realised, do I actually have Reese? Oh, are we joining the Junior? Is that how this is going down? Froggy, I need your friend. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's just quickly add Reese so that we can get the second game going. Or the third game, actually. Can do the match after all, man. Sorry. Can you do the match after it all? Are you eating? Okay, sure, I guess we can do that. So, we're not going to do Junior and Reese's game just yet, actually. Junior has to eat. And is otherwise preoccupied. So let's get, since they are the next matchup on the board, CCB. Oh, that's weird. I think my Challonge is being a pain. Okay, there we go, it's updated now. Can we get Replicant and Machine Junk in? Get back in here, I have both these players now, so we can make a new lobby. Be the same code. So the games for round 2. Replicant is on his way, excellent. So, games for round 2 are the delayed game of Reese the Ninja versus Junior Arms, Replicant versus CCB Machine Junk, who we are having just now, Magnet Alpha versus Dart Remix, and Bouncy Chickens against Twin 50. We have a machine jump. Let's just wait for all the maps are correct. Indeed, excellent. Just wait for a replicant. You must watch it with a 30-second delay. What is happening? Junior is playing. Cool. So whenever you are ready, guys, go nuts. Punch faces. Rashiko! Arms! We gotta laugh. Because Shrimps has hosted me. Thank you, Shrimps, for the host. Arms, arms, arms! It's the Shrimp! He is here. If you have Shrift faces, throw them now. Since we've not seen Replicant play today, let's get behind Replicant. Not using his traditionally armed dragon for this game, I'm rather surprised to see. Instead opting for a toaster and a phoenix. Consider Scrimps' phrase thrown. Excellent. And no surprises here, that inspiring ring, a very aggressive start to this first game of round 2. Well, tournament round 2. I was almost sorry, I held my breath there on a whim that the rush wouldn't actually connect, which I almost didn't think it had for a moment. Replicant working out his distance. Trying to see his options. Just got on the sweep of that Phoenix. Giving Machine Junk round 1 of game 1. Firebird does big damage. It does indeed. Let's get behind. I can't remember the buttons. There we go. I remember them eventually. With a homie? Now I'm very confused. Machine Junk going on the high aggressive here. Not wanting Replicant to get out of that corner. And before I could even consider anything, that was my oh my. Game 1, ladies and gents. Game 2 whenever you are ready, guys. Sorry if it's a wee bit laggy, guys, but again, there's not strictly much I can do about it. Unless it proves to be a massive, massive issue in regards to numerous plays down the line. In which case I can probably do something, but for now... we'll keep at it. Stay vigilant. Yeah, again, I can't be too picky in regards to dealing with lag at the minute, because I'm trying to make this stick within a certain time limit. Replicant has gone back to the dragon. The dragon is back. I'm not so worried anymore. But going for the double toaster with Machine bringing out that nasty Megaton once more. Rejected Playboy. Team Replicant. He screams in chat. I got a call. Scrimps! Thank you for the follow. I didn't realise you hadn't actually, that's a... For some reason I thought you had, I don't quite know why. CCB really putting down the pressure. In this second game. I don't know why I said it wasn't following. Lies. It's fine, man. The amount of times I thought I'd follow people on Twitter and haven't actually followed them. I keep finding people who I totally thought I was following in the ARMS community and then wasn't. He's finally done it. Replicant has brought out the dragon. But it seems Machine does not want to see him use it. Really keeping up the pressure. This dragon is not something that's particularly easy to avoid. Character Master Mummy's Girth, let's say it. As a Max Brass player, I can sympathise. It is not an arm that you can just jump away from. As we can see here, lots more pressure coming out from Replicant with his trusty dragon at his side. But he's not totally out of it yet. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm tense. Replicant trying to keep his spacing up here, not letting himself get drawn into the aggression of Machine. What tournament is Akio having? I can actually post it if I can find what I've done with it. Where have I put it? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find Akio's stream. Akio is hosting the first of what I believe will be a series of tournaments. And I can't remember the rules exactly, but I can just get the link very quickly. In case anyone's interested. And I would very much I lost my trail of thought there. I would very much say go and show Akio some support because he's awesome. Because I believe it's his first one for this, or it might be the first one of now, or I'm not totally sure to be honest. But Akio is awesome, he's done a bunch of awesome stuff. So if you've got some time after this, and you want to punch some more faces, if you've not punched enough already, definitely go join in, check it out, play some games. I might be there. Just by the skin of his teeth there in that last round, Replicant taken down by a Machine. Well, CCB. Very, very close there, despite the reported lag. Good stuff. Right, so our junior and Reese the Ninja. Get in my lobby. Actually, junior's already here. Let me just tag Reese. Join when ready. And hello, Bummy! Sorry, I got caught up in the chaos for a minute there. I had to... My internal stack was taking a little while to get through it. Oh, the junior's already there. Oh yeah, my face is in front of the code. I totally forgot that. Well, that's convenient, and also annoying. Darn my face for being in front of the code. Right, Reese is in and rearing to go. As is Junior, so... Here we go, lads. A spicy mashup here, what I am going to assume... Oh, Junior with the parabola, that's interesting. Two very, very good players here. Junior, Master of the Guardian, and Reese the Ninja, who I haven't actually seen play that much, but he is certainly a force to be reckoned with, I can tell you. Hello, Shift. Couldn't escape my gaze. Junior being patient, he's looking for these angles. Reese has the potential to put out quite a lot of pressure and a lot of area coverage with this set. I've lost the chat. Hold on. Let me get everything back up. I've got to say, when I shuffled the bracket and saw this, I was very excited for this matchup. Two very, very good players here. Ooh, Junior not quite managing to get that rush off. Just being caught by the end explosion from the Meddlesome Tri-Blast. Reese, though, keeping up a good defense even though he's backed into a corner, not letting the situation get the best of him. Making some very, very careful moves through these Guardians that are being thrown out. I made it to round 2, my goal's already been accomplished. I'm glad, Dart. I'm glad. Going behind Junior. Round 2. Bringing out the double Ram Ram. This is Junior's equivalent of me going Toad mode. This is when he means business. Junior's Guardian is mean. But Junior's double Ram Ram, that's when he means the business. And it's certainly not a bad pick for this fight either. It blocks the Chakram. It clears the wave of Tri-Blast bolts, and it catches those sweeping movements of Ninjara's mobility. And as we can see there, a good switch it appears. But can Reese adjust to it? Open to all. Bummy, these are open to everybody. They are hosted in the EU though, so there may be any complications that might come with that. Junior not wanting Reese to get his spacing open again, his options back, and just letting rip. And after some very intense games, rounds, I've lost myself. Strong Schneck. He is a strong snack. Sorry. Junior laying down the law with game 1, but with 2 more games to follow, it is not over for Reese yet, who certainly has the stuff to take this into a game 3. I am sure of it. Let's get behind Junior and his double Ram Rams once more against Reese, opting for the double Chakram. I wonder if this has been prompted by Junior's choice to double Ram Ram, or whether it's out of being able to interrupt Junior's movement and catch full sweeping of Junior's own movements. Fake news. Don't worry, Shroom. It's all good. We got some cool players here tonight. That's all that matters. Sorry, I was just marveled there. I was waiting for someone to make that first move out of those 2 blocks. And Reese goes for the first rush. Junior not quite managing to get his own off in time despite having the height advantage. He was already caught up in the movements before he could respond. Junior being patient, looking for these openings, while Reese is in that absolutely horrendous corner of Buster Beach, but Reese holds his ground and takes round 1. Back to Reese and his double chakrams. And once again, Reese is stuck in the corner. However, not stuck for long, it seems. Reese managing to actually hold very good composure when he's stuck in those corners. Partly due to Ninjara's ability to make little warps through his blocks, but just by general good patience on Reese's part. I'm sorry, rejected Playboy. We can't call Junior down. Junior only comes in one setting. Once again, it comes down to the snake in the corner. And a few careful reads. Frankly, even I don't know what to say. Well, there we go. A careful little scooch forward from Junior takes it. Much, much closer with these arm changes. I hate and I don't hate this stage shift. I have mixed feelings about it. I hate the corner. I like the stage. And that's even as a Max Brass player who should really be relishing in the fact that that corner's there. But was I the hungriest last time? Sorry, let's go back to Junior. I don't believe I switched back after the last game. Good little hop over there. And a careful wait from Junior on non-reaching that rush. Not wanting to release it too early, playing into Reese's carefully laid block. This is almost down to the pixel at this point. Both players making some very impressive reads, some very careful plays. With, frankly, I didn't expect to see Ram Ram Chakram doubles go against each other today, but I'd certainly say these two are making a good show of it. And there we go. Junior takes game 2. After a careful block and a dink. And Junior will be going on to the next round. Very good games there from both players. It's super interesting to see the switch up there on the arms. I didn't expect that coming, but they made for some pretty damn close games, I've got to say. Right, next match. Magnet and Dart Remix. Oh, my Discord's having a little bit of trouble. Alright, we got a magnet in. Ramrush is like a lunch of pieces being tossed at your... Well, Discord's going out? Oh, wow. That's an issue. Dart. Okay, Dart's in here anyway. Good job we have the streamers back up. Gosh, if I wasn't streaming this and it went down, everything would just mess. Especially since I'm trying to make a reasonable schedule. Junior back in the day abused me with pre-patch arms. Ouch. Right. We are going in for game 3. Well, set 3 of round 2. Magnet versus Dart. We are seeing more Dr. Coil. Not Green Hair Lady though this time. Let's get behind Dart because we've not seen him today. Junior's RAM game is very good, Reese. But you certainly didn't shy off with your Chakram game. I can tell you that. Dart using the interesting choice of Dragon Slappermander on Coil, but I'm not going to judge it. I think with Coil's movement, that's a perfectly reasonable set of arms. That, and I've actually been itching to see what Dragon with the third arm looks like, frankly. Magnet. Going in with the aggressive Tribolt and Roaster. A combination which really stings, from my experience. Being patient. Trying to bait out these shockwaves. Trying to limit Dart's movement options. And taking round 1. Let's go, my motion boy. Who's playing motion? Sorry, I don't pay attention a lot of the time to which control method people are using. Let's get behind Magnet. Both players sticking to the same arms. Dart seems to have faith in his dragon. Let me just test to see if Discord's back. Okay, it appears to be back. I think Discord is back in order. Nope, yeah, I think it's back. Okay. Crisis averted, guys. Yes, Dragon on Coil. And making for a relatively close-ish game. In this round 2. Dart being a lot more patient this time, keeping up good spacing. Trying not to get dropped into these. Oh my, but just gets caught by the end of the shockwave. Magnet snipping game 1 by the closest of cuts. Okay, it's back. Ah, I've done that same thing I do. Where I always forget to update because I get caught up in trying to get people in the game. At least I noticed before the finals this time. I shouldn't be allowed to run my own streams. Temple Grounds. For the first time today, I believe. Kajora grab. Yes, the deadly wide grabs. Both players sticking to their sets. I think that's interesting considering the dragon. I'm not totally sure of that choice on a map like this, but let's see how it goes. Wow, there's another meaty wide grab there. Coming from Magnet. I for one will never forget Science Lady. I don't think Science Lady is going to get forgotten, to be honest. Tons of players have made switches over to her, and she is a very, very impressive character with some very impressive options. Magnet keeping up a strong streak, takes round 1 of game 2. If he can take round 2, he will be moving on to the semi-finals. Dart has swapped out of the dragon, opting for the chiller. Sticking to the Slappermander. Doesn't quite manage to confirm that rush, but backs out before he overcommits. Good move on Dart's part. Looking a lot more comfortable already with his more freed up motion. Sorry, I should swap back to Magnet. I'm a bit rusty. Dart definitely looking a lot more comfortable with that freed up movement. we need next action. Bounce and twin. Dart is not letting the pressure get to him, I've got to say. Holding himself up a good fight this round. What I've also got to say is he's not overcommitting to triple charging those arms, which can become a little bit predictable, but he's mixing it up fairly nicely from what I can see as he takes round 2 of game 2. Let's jump back to Dart for a Dr. Coil round 3. Oh, I thought he quite managed to break that grab there, actually. Good little weight up there from Dart, managing to just get the hit stun from the blunt punch of that chiller into the grab. Good stuff. Right, with Dart having rush, this could be very... Oh, unfortunately doesn't quite manage to catch it there. Albeit close. And just by the edge of that range on the tri-bolt, I believe, Magnet takes it. Meaning Magnet will be moving on to the semi-finals. Next up, let's get Bouncy Chickens and Twin 5-0 in the lobby. For the last game of round 2, determining who Magnet will be facing in the semi-finals. Indeed, Rep. Very well played from both of you. That was... Oh, I just punched my microphone. Very well played from both of you. And again, I think it's important that we get to see some more Coil in these tournaments, because it's early days for her, and I think it's good to see how she performs in a competitive environment. Not saying that my tournament is the most competitive of situations, but it's good giving people that chance to explore and for people to observe and start to try different things out and start seeing where Coil is really going to fit into this. Now listen here, Wobble. Springtron and Springman are nothing like each other. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh dear. Dragon Chiller for defense and offense. Ah, okay. Wait, did someone say Chickens has been getting better? Ooh. Exciting. Chicken's been getting better. Cool. Oh, I'm very excited then. Let's see some good action when we can get Chickens in. And I think we're actually going to stay on the safe side of timing, which is excellent. I would have liked to have streamed everyone's games, but I mean, it's Akio's first tournament. If I can help it, I don't want to run over it, you know. Because I'm gonna be doing this weekly anyway. From now, so. And I don't know when Akio is doing his. Or at least how frequently he's doing his, so. Oh, Chickens is in. He's raring to go. Oh, someone beat me to it with the code. Excellent. Back to Temple Grounds. We have today's first Lollipop and today's first Bite and Bark. Which should be rather exciting. So let's stay behind Mr. Chickens as we've been placed so kindly behind him. I gotta say, especially after the bite and bark nerf, it's cool seeing someone coming as a bite and bark player to really test against that. Because I understand it's been a quite a hard hitting nerf, to say the least, to a lot of players. But chickens have not been put off. So I am honestly quite shocked that didn't connect. I don't quite know what happened. I'm gonna watch the VOD later to see my matches. I will be uploading this to YouTube actually, Dart, if you want to catch it. There will be a temporary VOD on my Twitch video. But I will be uploading this to the Arms United YouTube channel, now that that's up and running, so that you can check it out with more leisurely convenience, hopefully. Yeah, Bite and Bark are in an awful situation at the moment, Shiv, I've got to agree. It's unfortunate. I would like to see them do something in the next patch, frankly, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Ooh, sorry guys. I clearly need more caffeine. Chickens is not letting that first round take him down though, he is keeping it up. Keeping his spacing, keeping up the pressure. Trying to find those little opportunities to catch Lola, despite her menagerie of various tricks and treats she can dish out. Very unfortunate they're not being able to catch with that rush. But Twin showing us, although I've not mentioned this yet, Twin showing us how deadly a dragon can be on a Lola pop. Oh my gosh, that was... If that was charged, that could have been very, very close. Showing us how good dragon can be on Lola pop. And with that done, round 2. Well, game 2. I never know which, whether I should call which arms or rounds. But we are going in. Let's go back to chickens. For the start of this third game. Third game? Wow. I'm losing the plot. Second game. Yeah, it's a tough one, Shift. But Chickens has been keeping up a good deal of play so far, I feel. And he's not given up either, he's still trying to keep it up. But, as you say, it is hard for him to make those positionings and get around that dragon, especially with, for those who aren't aware, Bite and Bark taking a serious movement nerf in one of the recent patches, heavily impeding their dash, I think it was specifically, which has made them way less manoeuvrable than they used to be, and unfortunately putting them in a pretty horrible situation in terms of their viability against other characters. Wow, that was a neat little dodge there, jumping off the bark. So let's go back to Twins to see some more of that Dragon Biflar action. Dragon Biflar is scary versus Aerial. There's a lot to get caught up by, and a lot of different ways to punish that movement. Despite what might have been a well-timed rush, chickens couldn't make the confirm. Leaving Twin in a very, very safe position. She has the options. Character, a nasty pair of arms, and rush at the ready. And that is game 2. Right, so let's check the bracket. If people want to check it with me, they can check it out here. So the following matches for the semi-finals will be Junior versus Machine Junk, and Magnet Alpha versus Twin 50. So we should be in for some very, very spicy games. Saying that as if we've not had spicy games already, because we certainly have. CCB. Have we got those scores reported, or might just be sorting them out? Okay, Junior is in, and there is Machine Junk, our newcomer, who I wasn't aware even existed until very recently. I've got to admit, but making a very, very impressive debut here. Players, you may rock when you are ready. Mausoleum for game 1. We have Junior and sorry. CCB. Junior going back to his Guardian. Having faith in that giant grinning shield. Before resulting back to the double Ram that we saw used against Reese. And if any of you were in doubt about how useful Guardian can be as an arm, Junior is the man to show you, I can assure you. Oh, very, very careful there from Junior, but unfortunately couldn't quite sneak out of those two Phoenixes in the rush. And that looks like it. There we go. Rather close. Junior takes round 1 against Machine Junk. Let's get behind Machine Junk to see how he responds to this new Guardian threat. Discord's out again? Gosh darn it. Mine appears to be okay, so maybe it came back. Either way, things should be safe. Junior suffering a lot more this game. CCB making up for the Guardian's slowness with some more mobile master faster money. A little more patient trying to catch Junior's movements with the Guardian. But that isn't stopping Junior from laying on the pressure. I almost think Junior was hoping that would be onto the trampoline for a minute there so he could follow up with the rush. And there is the stun. Can Junior take this? He can, apparently. The Guardian was enough. Game 1 goes to Junior. Game 2, whenever you are ready, gentlemen. Assuming that Machine Junk is indeed a gentleman and not a lady. Let's go back to Junior this time, still sticking with the Guardian, despite the more confined space of DNA Land. Hopefully looking for some more space control, considering the tight positions that Machine might be put in due to the test tubes. I have received a ton of messages and I don't know why. Sorry if that vibrated through the microphone. Oh wow, that was odd, but okay. I didn't realise the Ram wasn't charged for a minute there, and I thought Junior had made the break on that grab. Machine is looking for those open moments, but the space confinement given by those test tubes gives Junior a lot of control with that Guardian. Machine switching it up, going to the Megaton. Hopefully looking for some harder options to block out some of these hits. And if he gets free of these test tubes, he might just be in a good position. But Junior does not seem to have the intention of letting him. Keeping up a mighty amount of pressure to keep Machine in that corner. Not wanting him to open his options up and get space to start weaving that Phoenix around the Guardian. Or get the height from those side ledges to get over the top of it. Or around the Ram. Ah yes, the Guardian buffs. I forgot there are a couple of Guardian buffs. Although, I gotta say, Machine has made an impressive first few games here, so I am not counting him out just yet. He has a bit of space back, he has his rush. And that gives him a little time to recuperate health, a little time to work out some more of Junior's timings. But Junior has his rush, and the clock is ticking. But Junior, with a lovely aerial performance of Guardian Two-Face. Round 2, Game 2, is taken of this semi-final, meaning Junior will be moving on to the finals. Well fought there from both players, and again, excellent job from CCB, who I have not seen until today. So good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Right, next up, we have Twin and Magnet Alpha. For the second semi-final games. This is the one to determine who will be fighting Junior in the finals in a ferocious best of 5. And here we have it. Whenever you're ready, guys, rock it. Back to DNA Lab. Oh yes, Junior representing the Shrimp Squad. Shrimps' personal team of hooligans in the arms world. Actually, I don't know if I call them hooligans. But Shrimps has certainly gathered a mighty team of characters together. Both in the game and out of the game. Magnet beat you up? Well, that's just rude, Shrimps. Twin sticking with the dragon with the Biffler against Magnet, who is clearly not wanting to stop the pressure. He doesn't want Twin getting that positioning to allow him to make use of that dragon. Orthus is chanting MWE in the Twitch chat for those who haven't seen, cheering his teammate on. I believe MWE is Maroon Walrus Esports. Just clarify that for me, someone, before I offend someone. Twin being a little more patient now for that first catch from the pulse, not wanting to get caught up in Magnet's potential trickery again, especially not with that dragon, since it stays out a little bit longer. Can, without the proper spacing, result in some potential problems with Spring. Can Magnet deal just enough damage? And the answer is no. Milky Way Esports. Is Maroon Walrus just one of the... Oh, well, okay then. I am a fool. This shows you how much I keep up with things. I know there is Maroon Walrus, but... Sorry, we are meant to be going behind Magnet here, right? Went a little mad. Alright, Milky Way Esports. Is who Twin is representing today. Not Maroon Walrus. I don't know why I thought Maroon Walrus. Hello, Wolfie. Welcome to the stream. Magnet going for some more of those Kajora style grabs here. Continuing to keep up a tremendous amount of pressure. Not wanting Twin to regain that spacing that allows the dragon to flourish so well. Much more reserved from both players this time, I feel. The arm is down, the rush is out, the Twin is left in a very dangerous position. But with the length of the stage, Twin has the positioning on their side. If they can act carefully, this could be their round. But not quite holding, I think, rather wisely onto that rush there, taking it into round 3. Rather than risking it all on trying to take Magnet this round. I'm good, thank you, Wolfie. I'm just glad to be streaming arms again after such a long break, despite only doing it a couple of times before. Oh, that was both arms. I hope everyone in chat as well is doing good today. Why are the servers Euro now? Mine seems to be okay. That's very weird. Maybe it's a regional issue? I'm not quite sure. That's an odd one. Check Discord's Twitter if you're not already. That's very odd. Twin, very reserved. Very comfortable right now. Rush is right around the corner. There is plenty of space to play with. And plenty of health to play with as well. From Replicant. Arms fact of the day. EMP disable lasts 36 minutes. 36 on the dot. So don't get caught by it, ladies and gents. It's not nice. I don't really know what Magnet could do at this point, frankly. There is a lot of health on Twin, and just not quite enough time to make an advance out of it. Twin takes round, well, game 1 of this semi-final. I'm going to have a drink of water because my throat is killing me. And maybe another coffee because I am obscenely stupid. I want to kill my voice. Temple Grounds, another pillared map. But this is not one that has quite as much spacing. So I guess we'll see how Twin manages this. Although she has, they have shown to be fairly capable when they were up against chickens earlier. We have a magic muscles. I can't find the tab. I've lost it. Phallus, thank you for the follow. And thank you for the friend earlier. I managed to catch you. Yes, the final is a best of 5 junior. I think especially now we actually have enough time to facilitate that as well, so that should be excellent. Especially as well since I've got to keep this on a fairly short cut today. I want to make sure there's plenty of good viewership. Well, plenty of good... Oh gosh, I need to flip the controller, I forgot. Plenty of good action for the viewers today. And I certainly think you and whoever wins here out of our matchup between Twin and Magnet should make an awesome show. Twin seem to suffer a little bit in this more confined environment. There's not quite as much space as there was on DNA Lab to jump and run around. Temple Grounds is a legal stage as far as I'm aware. So I'm not running a stage tracking system. We're just running from the starter pool set at random today. This is just meant to be a turn up and play around, get some games kind of tournament. This isn't meant to be anything too drastic. But Temple Grounds has indeed been processed by the backroom and the community. And I think it's a fairly good stage actually, after my initial doubts. Unlike Name Redacted, which is the most infuriating stage in existence next to Snakeball Park. Twin seems to have regained a little bit of their control here. Staying rather comfy this round. Via Dolce and Scrapyard with counterpicks. Yes, I believe that's correct. Name Redacted is fun. I think it's good in party, I guess, but I really do not think it's suitable for ranked play at all. There's so much weirdness that can happen on it. I've had some crazy things happen. Very weird camera jumps, very weird arm interactions. Even just within the last week or so of it actually having been released. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't wait to see it removed from the rank pool, and I really hope it does. Yeah, I would certainly like to see it banned scripts. It's absurd. Just absolutely ridiculous. No, I don't. It's not even quite the tubes. I think the conveyor belt is awful. The conveyor belt makes for some really weird stuff. Oh yeah, the tubes are certainly a big part, but it's the conveyor belt makes for some really weird movements and odd snaps with the camera, and some arms whiff horribly for no reason. Especially because the tubes move as well, then it's a double cluster mess. Doesn't the conveyor carry coil as well though? I can't remember. Sorry, I got into a discussion about name redacted rather than this spicy game going on right here. This has been much more even. Both players really want this. Twin regaining a little bit of that space. Magnet slowly pushing his way forward, trying for another one of those Kajora grabs. But Twin is laying out just enough pressure to get the charge for her rush. Makes the grab. Not quite enough for the KO this time. Can Magnet keep his composure? There is the time, but is there the means? Apparently not. Unfortunately for Magnet, as Twin takes Game 2 of their semi-final match, meaning the final will be Twin versus Junior in a ferocious best of 5. Twin is very good, I gotta say. We've had some really good players today, I think overall, and some surprising players. It's been exciting. Twin is a killer clown. Cool, so you can stay anyway, Twin, because you're going up into the final. Junior, get back in here. Get in here, boy. Final time. Let me just actually, for once, update the stream information on time. Finals. Junior versus Twin 5-0. Oh yeah, the song on Redacted is obscenely good. Obscenely? What's wrong with me? Insanely good. It's super cool, but my gosh, the stage is just absolutely madness. Oh, I'm not keen on it at all. Right, I've summoned Junior. Hopefully, he will arrive. Actually, let me do the emotes just to make sure he turns up. I don't have a nice dragon emote, sadly, but... Why do the worst stages get the best music? It's because they have to have some kind of redeeming factor, I guess. Alright, so we are half 10. Let me just check Akioja's tournament. Oh wow, more and more people are signing up. This is good. Again, anyone who is interested in playing some more after this, or who didn't play and wants to play some, Akioja is holding a tournament in half an hour's time. Hopefully we can get through these games nice and promptly without skimping on the delicious gameplay. So Akio is holding a tournament in that link. You can sign up now. It starts at 11 o'clock. So go check it out. Ooh. Let's stay behind to win for this first round. Game 1. The finals of Big Belt 2. Last of the year. And the first of the new series. Junior, not wanting to disappoint, gets in there and starts dishing out the pain, but Twin certainly not backing off, staying patient, using that nice ability to move forward while blocking, to take out the Guardian and open up their options. The trampoline is out. This is not going to be a slow game for the trampoline. This certainly changes the space options that both players now have. Both close, both with rush. But Twin has that dragon. There is the rush. Is it quite enough? It's not quite. Twin manages to escape by a hair from that rush. And by a hair of health themselves. Twin looking to establish some comfort and an opening to finish off Junior. But that Guardian is certainly not one to... Oh my, sorry, I was watching, waiting just for the result of what would happen with that rush, but Junior just holds on to it and catches that last hit with a Guardian. Round 2. After an insanely close round 1, Junior we will be watching this round. This time with the trampoline being open from the very start. This should be interesting. 2 pillar stages unless somehow have a stage tracking system. I think that's relatively fair. I'm kind of more eager to forgive Temple Grounds though, since the pillars are more easily breakable. Unlike DNAs where they're rather resilient for the most part, and there are a lot more of them. Although the space certainly does change the way those pillars interact, despite the more fragile pillars in Temple Grounds. And there we go, Twin taking round 2. Sorry, I got another stage discussion. We'll go back to Twin. Junior already has his rush. This could be a make or break rush, if he can get it out in decent timing. The Ram is disabled, but Junior in relative safety catches Twin on the drop, on the trampoline, for a meaty rush. Now that Junior has crossed the breach that is the trampoline, he wants to stay up in Twin's face, keeping up that space pressure given by the Guardian and the wide sweeping catch of the Ram. But Twin manages to make an advance out. Twin certainly has the kit and the skill to make it out of these situations, but Junior is certainly not someone to scoff at, as we can see. Well, and scrap card. There is the rush. Not quite enough to finish off Twin, but it certainly puts Junior in a very safe position. Although, if Twin can keep up the pressure, rush is only around the corner. And with Junior this slow, before I could even finish my sentence, the Ram sneaks its way around, giving Junior, after three very tough rounds, the first game of this finals. My oh my. Ready whenever you are good to go. I still know the starter list for my locals. Going to run starter zone to make it easier. So currently the starters... currently the starters are Mausoleum, Buster Beach, Temple Grounds, Sparring Ring, and DNA Lab. I believe they're documented somewhere as well from the armed backroom, but I can't actually remember where they are. That might be me being foolish or ignorant, but... We're back on... sorry, I didn't realise, but we're back on Mausoleum. I'm waiting to see how quickly the trampoline opens up this time. Twin, though, is not giving in to the pressure of the Guardian this time. Being patient, keeping up their movement. Trying to keep good distance away from Junior. But that is one strong snake into a second strong snake. And almost, and by only a hair not, into a third. Snake grab. But Twin is still in a solid position, but Junior does have that rush now. And Twin is back into, as close to the corner as you can get on Mausoleum. Junior doesn't quite make the catch. And takes a Biffler to the face for that round one. Let's get behind Junior. Junior is angry. He has brought out the double ram. No longer is he messing around. Implying that Junior's Guardian is messing around anyway. Junior's Guardian is terrifying. To which I can stand a defendant to. Despite the arm change though, this trampoline is not making things easier for Junior. And the dragon catches after the trampoline bounce, making for a very quick round 2 there. Sorry, game 2. My oh my. A much more brutal round from Twin there. Let's see how both players decide to take round 3. Hopefully not being Mausoleum again. Yeah, as Scrim says, it's a very mad stage once that trampoline opens up and not very good for Junior. Okay. Sparring ring. Not Mausoleum this time. Excellent. Let's see if Junior will be bringing out the double rams again or sticking to the Guardian. Which he does. Why is Ninja College legal in the JP... What? Ninja College is legal in the Japan stage list? What? It's madness. It's absolute madness. I mean, I understand that Buster Beach has a rather brutal couple of corners, but the potential issues of Ninja College are absurd. And the assignment makes to make a brief remark about how horrified I am by the fact Ninja College is in the JP set. Twin makes for another very aggressive round against Junior. Junior bringing out the strong snakes and the double rams. He means business. And he is keeping Twin in that corner, not wanting to give Twin the opportunity to open up the space, get those movement options and start dishing out damage with that dragon. As we can see, Junior, even without the Guardian, keeps up a tremendous amount of pressure. Instead, with the movement and sweeping action of those rams, Both versions of Junior? What the bloody hell am I on about? Junior are equally as terrifying for different reasons. Again, Junior doesn't come in multiple settings, he just comes in terrifying. Let's jump back behind Junior for this round. Although I say that, Twin is certainly terrifying in their own right. The potential of Dragon Biffler on Lola is, as being shown here, excellent. And in my opinion doing a fine job to represent Milky Way. Not Maroon Walrus. That is a player, not a team. I believe. Sky Arena or Spring Stadium? Yeah, I think the potential issues with Sky Arena are much greater than the issues given by Spring Stadium. Personally. Because I feel like Sky Arena restricts a lot of options, whereas Spring Stadium creates options. Twin staying patient, managing to just creep their way out. Junior knocking Twin out of the rush. I don't know the words. That was a very, very close encounter at the 10-second mark. Junior on about to slither of health. Sky because I actually like being in the gutter. Replicant, you're crazy. There we go, Junior. Taking a round, well, game 3. If Junior can make one more victory, they will be the champion of the Big Belt 2. We're going back to Temple Grounds. After seeing way too many mausoleums, we're seeing a bit more stage variants now. Let's go back to Twin for the first round of this game. Twin having had plenty of opportunities to practice and get in the rhythm today for Temple Grounds with their setup. Oh! Scrimps begging for blood in the chat for those who haven't seen. Scrimps wants Junior to finish Twin for good. But Twin is not going down without a fight. I got a follow, I believe. If I can find my... I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm very sorry if I get this wrong. Deli Raker. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Thank you for the follow. Please don't hurt me if I pronounce that wrong, which I probably have. A meaty catch on the dragon there, my gosh. If Junior can keep up the pressure, those two little corners at either end of Temple Grounds can be to Junior's advantage, but Twin is very proficient in getting out of those corners and proving to do so. Junior is on the edge, but he is not out. There are 6 seconds left. And Junior is not one to back down. Can he make it? One sneaky ram from the side gives Junior round 1 of what may be the last game of these finals. Both players very close to rush. Junior is not giving up the Guardian. Not resorting in those double ram-rams just yet. Oh, sorry, let's go back behind Junior. Let's see some of that action as he gets his rush. Very closely getting caught by the sweeping. Good little dodge there. Magic muscles. Who owned me? Saving Lala. Thank you for the follow. That's one name I think I can pronounce correctly. Very good rush there, catching Twin on the land. But Twin has her own rush. Her I'm assuming gender on the sake of the character. I don't actually know anything about Twin. Other than that they play a mean Lollipop. Junior trying to guide Twin into a more comfortable position. You can see where he's kind of screening out with the Guardian and coaxing directional movements with the Ram. Trying to catch her into these two corners. But Twin ain't giving up. And with that grab, Junior is in a dangerous position now. Twin being very, very sensible on the use of that rush. Waiting for an appropriate moment, not wanting to waste it. Doesn't. Oh my. I was going to say, doesn't quite manage to... I don't know what's happening. Not quite managing to catch it, but managed to just about escape. Without catching the Guardian on that rush, but... My oh my, Junior doesn't get through the shielding. From Twin, keeping Twin in the safe zone for that second round. Oh gosh, my head took a long time to catch up with what happened there. Junior, done with these foolish Guardian games, has brought back the double Rams. Much more active movement pressure coming from Junior this time, allowed by the dropping of the Guardian. An aggressive round, a much more movement-oriented round from both players. Up close, very personal. Junior is first to catch their rush, catching the strong snake. But Twin, very good rush there. Just showing off how good Lollipop movement options really are. Junior trying to get a response from Twin here. Looking for the opportunity to open that rush, but Twin, as patient as ever, sticks it through that rush. Junior looking and taking that last sweep with the Ram. Giving Junior game 3 in this best of 5. So Junior is the man. He has won the Big Belt and is champion of Big Belt 2. Good stuff, and equally tremendous stuff from Twin after a very, very impressive show, showing off how good Lollipop is, and their own skills. Junior is not a player to be trifled with, and as we can see, Twin is certainly not a player to be trifled with either, and certainly a worthy challenger to Junior's play today. Good stuff. So thank you, everybody who played for that matter, not just Junior, of course. But everyone did really good today. We saw some new players, we saw some returning players, we saw some players up and down the leaderboard, off the leaderboard, everything. And good games all around. I'm just sad I couldn't quite stream them all. But with 10 minutes to go until Akiyoshi's tournament, I think we managed to get the timing just right. Good stuff, everybody. This will be going up on the Arms United YouTube channel. I haven't actually created a command for that yet, but I will. In the meantime, if you keep an eye on the Twitter, which I might have put in my details, or the Discord, which I should be announcing as well, or if you're already subscribed to it, then you will get a notification anyway, of course. This will be up there, as well as the 2, which I've only just gotten permission to upload recently, the 2 EU Arms Challenge tournaments that I've hosted. Those will be going up on the Arms United channel as well. So there should be plenty of stuff to watch. And I just hope everyone had a really good time. I think we got to see some awesome games today. And I am looking so very forward to hosting the next one next week. And as a little surprise for those who weren't actually around, I was doing a little bit of Party Crash earlier. but I'm going to be joined next week. I'm not hosting my next Big Belt solo. I'm going to be joined by fellow muscle man Redingard to cast the next event, which should be super, super, super cool. So make sure you catch for that. I will post somewhere when I've set up the next sign-up page for Big Belt 3. But for now, before I drag this on into Akio's time, firstly, if you've not already, join Arms United. You can get all of our updates, come and chat, know what's going on with all the tournaments, all that jazz. We do it, we tell you. Also, if you've seen Shrimps today, supporting Shrimp Squad Junior in chat, go check out Shrimps. He is fantastic. He does a ton for the community. And he's given me a lot of help in setting all this up here, as well as I'm sure, plenty of other players. He's great. He does weekly tournaments as well. He's hosting one this Monday coming up as well. Definitely check that out. I don't actually have a direct link to Shrimps' Discord, but he has one. So find it. Find it and go sign up for his tournaments. Say hello. He's great. And finally, of course, since it's coming up in just a few minutes, go. It's not the Fellows in Arms Discord. Don't listen. Oh no, Akio's tourney. Sorry, yes, Akio's tourney is in the Fellows in Arms Discord. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Scribs. I need to configure the bot still. I'll figure out some way of doing this. Let me see if I can get this up very quickly so that Scrims can post this. Go check out Akio's tournament right here. In the meantime, it starts.